Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I yesterday, you'd be so proud. I did a video on Canva and it worked out really good. The only thing I couldn't figure out, and maybe you know, maybe you don't, is I put music in it
Mhm.
and I couldn't figure out how to take music out of the part when I was speaking because it was loud and I just had to keep playing with volume until I could figure that out.
I've never done that before. I don't think I've ever made videos that like had verbiage in it out just the music.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can like slice it at the because at the top is where the music shows. Um, so I don't know if you can like block it out in certain areas
I
or
know
on
I tried putting like all the slides and then taking the music out, but it would take it out of all the slides, not that particular. So I'm not sure. I'll have to keep playing with it. Maybe YouTube it.
Yeah, I have not done that yet, surprisingly, in
It was
Canva.
really easy to put
So,
together though. It was
yeah.
really easy. So it's something I'm probably gonna do every week.
Good. Yes, I love Canva.
You know, me too. I wish I would have found it sooner.
Yeah.
I know
I
about
did
it, but
not,
I just have never played with it. I just kept
yeah,
off and doing things my own way. Ugh.
yeah. Um, I've used like PicMonkey before, like in the past,
Mm.
but I never heard of Canva until I came to Keller Williams, surprisingly enough. But like I have my own account, like I pay for the pro myself just because I use it. So because I use it outside of
Mhm.
work too. Like I'll make like I made my sister's baby shower invitations and all of that stuff and all kinds of stuff in that thing because I like doing that stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, Canva is the greatest invention
How do
ever.
you print them? Do you take
I just download it as like an image and then print it on like I bought cardstock from Hobby Lobby and printed it on that. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that you can pay to have them print stuff for you and ship it to you if you want. I don't know what the cost is. I've never done that just because most of the stuff I print outside of stuff like that is for work. So
Yeah.
that work. But yeah, but even if you made a design and then you could go to like Staples or Walmart or Meijer or whatever and print it. Most of them have cardstock options if you wanted to do like invitations or something like that, or if you have a printer at home, you do it yourself. All right, got a huge crowd today, which I don't blame you. That's right. Lisa's gonna win something.
Yeah, darn it.
Sweet. I'll go ahead and get started though. This one's a shorter one. Just going over reports today. As always, this is in command. You log in with agent.kw.com. Oh, I get another one. Yay. Let me write this down. As always, we win stuff every week. What are we in week 2 now? Yeah, week 2. It's already halfway through January. I can't believe that. So, yeah, so the more you guys attend, the more prizes you win. And then, of course, the more you attend for the whole month, the more likely you get the grand prize, which is the good one. I want to keep it for myself, but I can't. All right, so we're in command, and we're going to go to the reports applet. This may seem silly for some people. I feel like it is a good tool to use for business tracking, um, for teams especially, which I'll switch accounts so you can kind of see what the team lead routing looks like as well. Um, this is a good way for rainmakers to be able to track their agents and their production and stuff like that. So This is, from a business standpoint, a great tool to use if you utilize Command and if you utilize Trent. What happened? You have a crutch. You're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I had my ankle fused.
Oh, okay. At
yeah,
least it's
so
scheduled.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you with my shenanigans here.
So you're just in lockdown now while you heal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, sorry. I just seen the crutches. I was like, oh
I apologize.
no. No, that's fine. It's my undiagnosed ADD squirrel. No, I'm just kidding. So reports will be able to, individual or team, give you an overview of different your goals if you use them. That's the key. You have to use Command in order for this to really benefit you the most. Lets you know how your database is doing, what you need to use, or I'm sorry, what you're missing in your database. And that can prompt you to, if you notice, you come down here to your database health score, my address and neighborhood suck. So I need to start them on a smart plan to send them texts and emails to try to get their information for birthdays, that kind of stuff. So just to, again, this is reports right here. This is the dashboard. Minimize a second. Okay. So the dashboard is going to have your database mostly in the dashboard. So you have your total records. This is the total number of contacts you have. Contacts are essentially anybody you added yourself or imported, and then any leads generated from anything from campaigns pops up as leads, or anybody you mark as a lead will show up there. That just shows you the difference of lead generation versus solid database. So as you scroll down, you have your database health score. And something that is cool that Command can do is you can turn on this compare button, and you can compare your scores against other groups of people. So your market center agents in your state, all Keller Williams agents, the production bracket above yours if you're trying to grow your business, see where they're at, agents in your production bracket just to compare to where you're at now, or like the top production bracket, see what the mega agents are doing and what they have. So we'll do the bracket above mine, which doesn't look like it changed. We'll do top. So yeah, so there's pulls. It looks like I'm about right on target with what everybody's doing, or we can do all agents. So the gray is the comparison aspect, and then the color, the red or the teal, is my personal database. So killing it with phone numbers and emails. I'm about average, a little above average with addresses. Not so good on neighborhoods. Not good on either one of these home anniversaries or birthdays. So you can utilize smart plans to reach out to your database for this information, to get this information. Look in the smart plan library to see if somebody's already made a smart plan to get this information. Because if you're not sure with verbiage like, hey, give me your address, or a good time to do that is around the holidays as well, as hey, I have, or hey, I have something for you. Can I get your address to send it to you? And make sure you're actually sending them something. Don't lie to them, because that does not build good relationships, but stuff like that. Or I want to be sure I have your address on my list because I want to make sure you get a holiday card. Something like that would be truthful, and you don't have to do it right now. So that would be a good way to get addresses. And then also, once you get an address, you can get a neighborhood. Or if they are looking in certain neighborhoods, you can add those to their accounts as well in the contacts. So this is just a good way to see what you're missing and then also compare against to see what everybody else is doing and what else, how much everybody else has. Over here are your sources. So this is going to tell you where your contacts are coming from. So 94% of my database is imported. And then the 6% of my database came from Facebook leads.
What's
Facebook
Boomtown?
ad leads. I'm sorry?
What's Boomtown?
I think it's a similar CRM, if I'm not, I don't know 100%. But there are all kinds of lead sources in here. You can also create your own lead sources. So if you want, like, say you have one close friend or family members that you get a ton of referrals on, or another business that you get a ton of referrals on, and you want to specify that, you can make this as detailed as you want it to. So you can create your lead sources in contacts when you put that, that lead, or you put that person in your contacts, there is an option for lead source. There's a ton to choose from. These are just I don't know why Boomtown's on there in all honesty, but I don't have any. But you can create your own to customize it if you want to. So if you don't find one that fits for you, you can make your own, and it will show up on here. So you can see previous years, you can do months, this week, excuse me. But this gives you an idea of where you're generating most of your business from. That is good information to know, because if you want to explore other avenues to grow, this gives you an idea of where you're lacking and where you are strong at. And then, or if you want to just strengthen the game that you're good at, this lets you know where the most of your database is coming from. So yeah, sources here.
And tags, I'm sorry to interrupt again. Do you create those lead things, or is that just a tag that you set up?
I can show you quickly. It's similar to a tag. You create it the same way. Let me see. So I'm going to go add a contact. And then right here is lead source. So all of these are here. But if you wanted a custom one, be like, if you wanted to do Trent Davis, you can create a custom source.
All right, thank you. Sorry to interrupt again.
No, you're fine. And then you can do the source category, like what it is. And then, so we'll say relationships, and then add. And then that's my lead source. So same kind of like a tag, but it's more of a where the lead come from versus just special tags you want them to have. So, but it's created the same way right there. Yeah. And that will save for later. Like now that I've created that tag, I can go into anybody that I create afterwards or import. Just put that lead source will save, so you can use it again for other people. All right, so as we go down to the bottom, down here is the database activity score. So this tells you how often you are engaging with your database. Now, this is not going to be 100% accurate unless you log like every phone call and interaction outside of what Command can track. This can only track their emails that you've sent to them through through Command, like email campaigns. You can hook up Google or Microsoft 365, and it will log the emails that you have in those accounts if their email matches what's in your contact card. So it can do that. You can hook that up in your settings, in the application settings, and then it'll log Smart Plans, Twilio if you have that hooked up. So that's the stuff it can log, but obviously it can't log like phone conversations and stuff like that. Any mailers you send out, if it's not through Command, that kind of stuff. So this isn't going to be entirely accurate, but if you're using Smart Plans, if you're contacting your database or logging that information, this is a good tool to use. It lets you know within the last 30 days it'll be green, last 30 to 60 days is yellow, last 60 to 90 is like this mustard, and then over 90 days is red. Obviously, my database. So this tells me I need to reach out to my database if I was an agent. So as we go over, the next one is reports. This is the overview of your opportunities. This is year to date. You can change those. This lets you know what you're doing, how long it's taking you to move these transactions from each phase. This was listing, and then down here is buyers. Same thing. It's letting you know your volume, your average time, and then you can also export this if you want to keep it. And then there's the database report is in here, which kind of gives it is a little more of a breakdown than the dashboard. Just activities, stuff like that. Again, you can change it this month. Well, yeah, and then you can change it to opportunities, goals report. If you set your goals in Command, this will show up, and then it will track how far you are. So this is a good tool to use to make sure you stay on track. And then the goals is over here as well. It's the prettier version of what was happening. You have a profit tracker here. You can do month or year. And then your activities breakdown, what you're spending, doing most within Command. So this year I've sent 2,773 text messages, 2,634 emails, smart plans, all that. So that's all there to show you what you're spending your time on. And then your goal conversion rates are there. If these were set, they have default setting rates that when you set your goals that pop in unless you want to change those. So those are there. And then your GCI goal breakdown. You can switch and see previous years, or if you want to goal for next year already, that's there as well. Lead routing is for the teams. I will switch to that in a minute and show you guys. Emails, you get 5,000 free emails through Command, and that can be tracked here. If you ever have any questions on how many you've used in a month, you can come here and see that. Down here, it kind of lets you know how they're going, how many have replied, clicked on, undelivered, opened, unsubscribed, and marked as spam. Unfortunately, you can't, as of now, you cannot see who these numbers are. You would have to go into the contact card and actually look at them in contacts to figure out, if they've marked it as spam or if it wasn't delivered. So that is a downside to this right now, but hopefully that's something that will come soon. Over here is text and calls. If you use Twilio, it's going to log it for you. If you log the calls in the contact cards of your contacts, it will show here. I don't do that. That's why you don't see anything for calls. It's all text messages. But it'll let you know, give you a breakdown of your credits, how much you've used based on what plan you have. So I have, this is my credit limit. This is how much I've used, and it gives you a pretty little graph. This is a monthly thing. If you don't have Twilio, if you use Smart Plans, I recommend you get Twilio or want to use Smart Plans. It will text it for you. Only downside to that is there's no, you'll have to pick another phone number, but you can get a local phone number to use it. It's fairly inexpensive. Like the smallest package is 300 credits a month which 160 character text is 1 credit. So, and then it builds from there. So it is $3.16, I think, a month for the 300 credit package. So, and I think this one is like $15 or $20 a month, if that. It might be like 12, but it's super cheap. And it will automatically text for you, and you can have conversations with people through Twilio in command, in contacts. So it works for smart plans, and then you can still have a regular conversation with them through that. It will show up in your notifications up here at the top. This is a text message, and I'll show you, just pull it up real quick since I have it, like the whole conversation. Like I just have conversations with these people through command because I can track it and it keeps it. So I remember what it said. I don't have to worry about my phone taking a crap or getting too full that I go through and delete all the messages. And then I'm like, oh, wait, but if it'll load. It was going slow earlier. But it is completely trackable in here. And you can just hit reply, you pop up in the screen. That is a con that you do have to go into command to do the texting. But one thing they are working on is masking phone numbers. So soon, hopefully, you'll be able to use your own phone number with Twilio. So that is to come. And, okay, let me switch over to team real quick just to show you the lead routing portion and what that looks like. This is our fake team. So this is what, I know the Rainmaker can see it. I don't know if the other agents on the team can see it or not. If at least anything, you should be able to see your own lead routing statistics. That would be something I have to look into. So from the Rainmaker's perspective, you'll have your team members down here. Any leads along this will pop up, and then just kind of average speed claim. So once it goes into the lead routing, so when your Rainmaker gets a lead into team command, they should have a lead route set up. They have like round robins, weighted. You can do it directly to a specific agent. There's all kinds of different options. Ooh, sorry about that. And then you can set the time frame that they have to go to accept that lead. And if they don't accept that lead, it goes along the line to the next agent, so on and so forth. So you can track their speed, how quickly they're claiming them, how quickly they're getting to them, how transferring them into appointment, transitioning to under contract, and transitioning close. So if the opportunity is done in team command, so which it should be. If you're in a team and you converted to team command, all your opportunities should be in team command. And you also have to put your contacts in team command in order to create those opportunities. So that is a really cool, I think this is awesome to see, especially for the teams, to be able to track how your team is doing with the leads that are given. And it just gives you an inside look. So any questions on any of this?
What's the number of characters that's 1 credit for Twilio? You know, do you remember?
1 credit is 160 characters with no emojis. If you have an emoji, it's 70 for 1 credit. Anything over 160 would be 2 credits. If you have an emoji and over 70 characters, that'd be 2 credits. And then if it's an image, like if you send a picture, then that's 3 credits. Or if you have, I don't know what the math is, enough characters to make it 3 credits. So yeah. But the original, just plain Jane text with no emojis or images, is 160 characters for 1.
And don't you get like rollover minutes or rollover minutes?
That's awesome. I don't think they roll over. I'm trying to remember. Actually, I think they do
Add it.
because I'm pretty sure my account is set up for $1,500 a month and I have like almost 3,000. So they might, because I feel like if you pay for them, you should get to keep them.
You should, because you pay for, yeah, you pay for them up.
Right.
And that was my understanding, that they just stay there until you
think-
use them.
Yeah. I think they,
When I
yeah,
lived there- I'm sorry. Or are they just for 1 month? Extra one?
they do roll over. I remember now. Sorry. Thank you, Lisa, for saying that. It like clicked in my head. They do roll over for a year.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So if you don't use them all, they will roll over to the next month, but you can only roll them over for a year. So yeah, but if you want to do Twilio, you are going to your name, you're going to go to settings, and it'll pull up the application settings. At the very bottom is where Twilio is, down here. And you would just choose connect account. It'll take you to the marketplace and show you the spreadsheet of like what different plans there are and how much it costs and all that. And then once you pay for it, get it connected, then you'll come back here to choose your phone number. I just kept a Texas number. I didn't really think about it when I created it to make it a local number. But yeah, before we integrated Twilio, you had to pay $1 a month, I think it was, to have a local number, but now you don't. So it's cheaper money wise, like monthly, and then you don't have to pay for the phone number anymore. So them integrating into Command has definitely benefited you. And then I know a lot of people, I know this is different reports, but on MyKW, Flash is gone. It's not a thing anymore with Google or like any web platform. So just know you can still access reports. I know I got that question a lot with eEdge going away because that box that used to be here. So when you go to reports in MyKW, this gives like your reports and stuff like that. So this looks misleading, like you think you can't access, but if you go up here, just hover over reports, you can see all of your reports still. It'll pull up for you. So you cannot access the dashboard. Let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. We had an agent bring that up yesterday. So the dashboard is something that is not accessible because of Flash being gone, but you can still get your reports. If there was something in the dashboard that you saw and wanted, let me know and I'll see if we can find another way to access that information. But as far as your reports, your transactions, income summary, that kind of stuff, this stuff you'll need for like taxes and stuff like that, you can still access this. That's mykw.kw.com. You log in just like you log into Command. And then you'll hit the reports button right next to your picture. And that's how you access those. And you just hover over reports. So if you need those for tax filing and stuff like that, you can still access those. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, I will let you all go. I hope you all have a great day. I have all your names down for the raffle. Well, I guess kind of raffle to win a prize. And I will run that and announce the winner, and I'll let you choose what you win. We have left, the stabilizer was claimed last week. So I think left is the Down Home Money book by Myra Oliver. It's a really good book. I'm reading it right now. It's about financial freedom. She is a Keller Williams agent. She's used to be a hairdresser, decided she wanted to go into real estate and then learn how to build with passive income and get financial freedom, up for debts and stuff like that. So it's a really good book. So that's an option. We have an awesome ring light. And then I made a custom wood sign. I have a picture of it that you can use as a closing gift or whatever your heart desires, or just give it as a gift to somebody else. Share the screen. That's what it looks like. So that's an option as well. So one of the three. And yeah, so I will draw that and let everyone know.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome. Thank you. See you all later.